Have you seen the new trailer for the new 3 Mile Island documentary on Netflix?
Middletown, Pennsylvania is on edge tonight.
There was a mindset throughout the industry.
Highways are backed up and telephones are jammed.
A major accident could never happen.
Sounds kind of menacing, right? 3 Mile Island is actually something that I've been able to study quite extensively because my job is a direct result of the 3 Mile Island accident. I myself, like most people out there, have not yet seen the 3 Mile Island documentary, but there's a few things that you should think about while watching it. The one thing that you notice when watching that trailer is that there was a lot of mistrust around the nuclear industry. While there were some technical issues there, one of the biggest lessons learned was the communication issue with the public. When faced with a crisis, they put this guy, Jack Irvine, in charge of the media communication.
We lost our two main feed pumps. When that occurred, the reactor tripped on high pressure. Following that, the safety systems actuated, and we injected water a good bit. We think right now, as I've indicated, that the plant's in a safe condition.
Now, as you can see, that guy might have been a great engineer, but he was a terrible public spokesman. He couldn't maintain eye contact, his story would change. It was just overall poor risk communications. And this was more than just a minor issue. This public mistrust that was sown in the early days has lasted throughout the last decades. I am willing to bet that this new documentary that came out on Netflix is a direct result of that public mistrust in the nuclear industry, and specifically with 3 Mile Island. Another major issue that came to light during the 3 Mile Island accident was the public perception around nuclear power. As a result of the 3 Mile Island accident, the NRC has required the industry to work with the state and the locals to put out a common message during emergencies at a joint information center. But what they don't require is that the nuclear industry actually addresses that public perception issue. You might have seen people like me who are very concerned about climate change and other issues that are speaking out about nuclear power, but we're not nuclear industry folks. The industry themselves is terrible about talking good about themselves. They would rather just keep their heads low and keep out of the public limelight. The last thing that I want you to know before going ahead and watching the documentary is that the 3 Mile Island accident was the worst nuclear power plant accident in the United States. And even then, nobody was hurt, there was no harm to the public, and there was no harm to the environment. This is in stark contrast to other industries such as fossil fuels that at normal operations, when things are going right, they are harming people and hurting the environment. And even with those facts, the public perception around nuclear power being dangerous still persists.